gonna, it's raining outside, so I'm just gonna engage in a bit of hover practice. I'm gonna use the TinyHawk first. That's not doing too badly. I'm in horizon mode, that's why it's so easy. Okay, now I'm on rate mode, where I actually have to manually control its hovering. It's actually quite hard. This is one of those tasks that computers do way better than humans. And once I've got it basically hovering, I can do it an alright job. I've noticed that it loses height over time, and I wonder if that's because I haven't quite set the throttle right, or because the battery loses charge over time and slightly less throttle gets delivered to the fans. Either way, what I should be practicing is constant manipulation of the throttle. That's apparently the sign of a good pilot, is that you're constantly moving the throttle up and down depending on what your drone is doing. And as you can see, I'm really not very good at this because my drone has got a lot of up and down movement while I'm trying to stabilize its position. All right, I'm going to bring it down now. And I'm going to turn off this alarm. All right, let's have another go. So I'm going to try and keep it about that height now, which I think is going to be quite hard, but I'm doing all right. No, not quite. Whoa. I don't know why it lost height just then. Okay, too high. Watch this, if I switch it to horizon mode, this thing will just hover perfectly because it's automatically stabilizing at its calibrated levels. The computer's just way better at this than I am. All right, back to rate mode. All right, bringing her down. Okay, now we're going to do a hover test of this, which is the TinyHawk 2 Freestyle. The other one is just called the TinyHawk 2. So this one's a little bit more powerful than the other one, and I don't know, seems to be just as easy to control. It flies like a dream as far as I'm concerned. So let's go. Oh, it's definitely a lot more powerful. I have to fly it completely differently. Whoa, okay. All right, we just need to grab that down from there. That's a lot more twitchy, so I need to be very careful when I'm flying that. All right. Just the tiniest bit of throttle. Oh, come on, man. All right, I was doing a good job yesterday with this. I think I've been spoiled by the TinyHawk. I can't do this morning. Okay, this is better. I'm doing a slightly better job. But god damn it, you gotta get used to the twitchiness. Oh my god. I'm gonna break this drone before it's really been through its paces. Right. Yeah, this is actually a lot more difficult. And I was doing a great job yesterday, but this morning, not so much, and I don't know why. Alright. Lots of practice required here. I'm actually really glad I got these mats. Haven't done any jiu-jitsu on them yet, but they seem to be pretty good at like breaking the fall of my drone. Whoa! Man, okay. I cannot bloody control this thing. It's hilarious. I might have to have an indoor rate profile or something so that the sticks deliver less of a difference. Okay, so I've just worked out how to set, there's 3 rate profiles for this drone, and one of them's quite for slow flying, one of them's for like full-on racing, and one's for freestyle. And I can now set them, I don't know whether you'll be able to see that, I can now set them based on this auxiliary switch over here. So I can go rate 1, rate 2, rate 3. So rate 1 appears to be like maximum of 400 degrees per second for pretty slow controlled flying. This one seems to be for racing, and this one seems to be for freestyle. So I'm going to just try out the difference right now. So I'm on rate 1, cool. For some reason I'm not armed now. MSP, I wonder what that is. Maybe I'll reboot this. That's better after a reboot. I'm on rate profile 1. Alright, sweet. Okay, it seems a little bit easier to control in a hovering scenario. I'm doing much better this time because the sticks aren't nearly as twitchy. Okay, a little bit better. Still lots of practice required, especially with height control. Okay, I'm going to land this. Oh, stuck that landing. Okay, now I'm going to go to rate profile 3, which is a little bit more extreme. For some reason it's not turning on. Crash flip. No. Ah, yes, I did set it up that way in Betaflight. Shit. Okay, well I'm going to have to use rate profile 2 now. Alright, here we go. This is going to be twitchy as fuck. I really don't want to take this thing off. I mean, I'm still doing alright, but wow. Alright, well I'll leave it for that. I'll leave the video at that. Okay, I'm back. And I'm now going to try rate profile 3, which should be the freestyle profile. We'll see how this goes. Alright, so just checking. That's rate 2. Rate 3 should work now. Okay, let's see how we go. So this should still be quite bloody twitchy. Feels pretty twitchy. Oh, I seem to be doing alright. Could actually change these mid-flight. Whoa! Okay. Let's take off in rate profile 3 and switch to 1 midway. Switching. Whoa. That actually increased the throttle. That was pretty crazy. I wonder why. Maybe I'm in 3 right now and I don't realize it. No, it says it's rate 1. Okay, rate 1. I thought this was hover mode, you know, fine control type thing, but then if I flip it down to 3, that seems to make it drop. Now that's interesting. Whoa! Well, I'll have to get to the bottom of that. It'll probably all make sense when I have a look at the rate profiles. I have a look at the throttle settings. Maybe rate profile 1 has a linear throttle profile. Maybe rate mode 3 has one with a bit of expo in it. I don't know. Alright, well I'm going to bring this down. Alright. Adios muchachos. Earlier when I changed the rate profile mid-flight, the quad actually took off, even though I switched it to a twitchier profile. And I now realize the reason for this is actually to do with this throttle curve. So there's actually some expo in rate profile 1, which is what I call the hover profile. When we go to rate profile 3, then you'll see it's a perfectly flat throttle curve. So I think what was happening was that perhaps I was up a little bit higher here, okay? And then when I switched it to rate profile 3, it went down a little bit, and so the quad dropped because of that. So that's something to keep in mind when you change the rate profile. You could change what the meaning of your current throttle setting is, and you just have to be aware of that. Okay, I'm so proud of this. So basically I want to mount my Insta360 Go in this strap here. And so what I've done is I've actually cut a little hole in the middle of the strap at just the right point for the leads out of the 1S batteries to come out and fit into this double 1S plug here. I think it's going to work really nicely.